So you want to listen to a pretty alright podcast about wrestling, do ya?
Well, the natural lad, Jet Swag, has said time and time again that there's only one podcast that's the most decent and the most all-rightest in the industry today.
And that's it's the Game Rage Wrasslin Podcast. Oh yes. You know what that means. You know what that theme song leads to. It leads to yet another episode of the Game Rage Wrasslin Podcast.
Oh shit.
As always, I'm Josh. I'm here today with Adam.
Howdy.
You should have said, oh shit. You should have done it right there when you said howdy. And today this is episode number 11, by the way.
11.
For those of you that are counting.
In the double digits now.
Squarely into the double digits, not just breaching them, squarely into them.
Man.
And it's been, it's been a wild ride so far. But anyways, today we ended up going to a WWE live event.
Oh, yes.
And it was fucking a hella good time. It was fun as shit. A lot of interesting things happened.
Forum.
Yeah, Kia Forum. So we're gonna talk about that. Probably that's how we're gonna start it off, and then we're gonna lead into at the end. We're gonna go over a Paul Heyman promo.
Yeah.
From the attitude. Well, I mean, I guess technically it was still the Attitude Era when that was going on, but from the WWF during the Invasion angle. So to get us started, let's just give a little context for how this whole thing came about. So basically, tonight's Saturday, right? Tonight's Saturday night. So Friday night. Well, it's Sunday morning now, technically, because of the time we're recording this. But
oh, right, yeah.
So Friday night, I had some people over. A buddy of mine, he brought his girlfriend, and I didn't even know that there was a live event happening. I didn't know there was anything happening out here. I just wasn't paying attention. And so she had said, "Oh yeah, tomorrow night, me and my brother were going to, the WWE live event." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, where's this at?" "Oh, it's the Kia Forum." And I'm like, "Damn!" And I was like, "Man, should we go?" And then we just kind of thought about it. And let's see how much tickets are. Man, tickets. Well, the tickets I bought, I mean, I was also drunk out of my mind. So, but the tickets I bought were basically it was $180 with the fees and everything. So it was like 60. It was like basically $60 a piece for the three of us to go. So
speaking to you,
yeah, it was pretty good. So I'm like, that's a pretty good deal. So this was like a last minute fucking thing, and it worked out to be probably well worth the money, I would say. But anyways, so. That's the story, the backstory behind how we ended up going to this event, and you'll understand, I guess, why we sat where we did, because I was not expecting us to. We knew we were in the nosebleeds, like we
yeah.
We said let's get the cheapest tickets we can find. I didn't think it was actually the top last row of the fucking nosebleeds,
right? But
it wasn't bad. We were kind of on the side. I wish we were a little more centered. Would have been better to see, because we couldn't see the screen, because because they did have the like the camera guys going around, and there
was picture in picture
showing shit, of what was happening. Yeah, because there was no dangly Titan type thing like there is in most stadiums.
Yeah, because this one's pretty
old.
It's pretty old, so it doesn't have the luxury of the giant
the Jumbotron or whatever
console that shows all the visuals and such.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was unfortunate, but honestly, I thought we were going to be looking down and just be fucking, look at these ants.
Fucking ants.
Yeah.
Dude.
And shockingly enough, it was a pretty good view. It was pretty decent. And I mean, for the price, it was well fucking worth it.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to something like that, I mean, obviously, it's not televised. You don't have the luxury of being in front of a television camera, and even then, you might sit on not the camera side. So, whatever.
You know what's funny though? Okay, so the side that we were on would have been the camera was facing camera side, as how it usually is on a televised program, but they were all doing everything to the opposite end of the arena. Like all the entrances when they came out. They were pandering to that side, and I said, I wonder why that is. I wonder if that's just something they do at live events where they just reverse it and they just say, "Oh, we're gonna go this other side since we always go to this side."
Yeah,
but I mean, because this was the first live, like non-televised WWE event I've been to, And I didn't really know what to expect going in.
Yeah.
I kind of figured, it'll probably be like a couple hours or whatever. The event started at 7:30 and we walked out of there. Well, the show ended right around probably like 10:15, I would say, ish.
Yes.
And it was pretty interesting in the fact that we got 10 matches. And I thought that was a pretty well worth it amount for the $60 we paid with the fees. That breaks down to, $6 a fucking match, basically.
Yeah. And I mean, I've only been to one of the shows.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was SmackDown. And there is a time when they have the commercial breaks where like the match goes dark from television, or even when they're going in between matches, there's like breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
This was just
straight.
It was every time a match ended, another one would just start
immediately.
Just as soon.
Yeah, there was no, and that's another thing. There were no promos. I mean, yeah, okay. Obviously, a couple guys took the mic in the ring and did a short thing. Right? Yeah, it wasn't. There was no bullshit ass fluffery, I guess. And I think that's kind of what I appreciated about the whole experience.
Yeah, it's great.
It was. So, oh shit, what did I do with my phone so I can just go back and look at the fucking...
Did you write down the matches?
All the matches, yeah.
Okay,
I wrote all
cool.
the matches down so that way we would have a fucking, like,
I think I have a pretty good memory of them, yeah.
Yeah, so do I, but I just wanted to make sure that we didn't leave anything out. So...
Jimmy Uso...
Yeah, it started off...
Steel...
Fucking... When we walked in there and we opened through the curtain into our seating area or whatever, and I look at the ring set up, and there's a fucking steel cage attached to the ring.
Yeah.
And I said, Adam, hey man, there's a fucking steel cage down there. And we both looked at each other and said, oh shit, I wonder what's about to happen. And I knew obviously there was going to be a steel cage match, but man, I did not expect it to open the fucking show.
To start.
So opening match, obviously they do the national anthem and all that stuff, and they, all that goodness. And then it literally is that announcer chick. And she, I mean, I will say this too, and maybe it's because we don't really get this on TV, but she kind of was the MC of the whole fucking, like, the show.
Yeah, she was.
And she did a fucking great job. And maybe that's what she does on SmackDown and Raw too.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
But we just don't get to see it, obviously, because, we're not seeing that portion of it. So she did a great job introducing everything, getting us hot, getting it going. And man, opening match, Jimmy Uso and fucking LA Knight in a steel goddamn cage. And I wasn't expecting it to be hyper violent. I was expecting it to be more violent than what we'd see on TV.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily expecting any blood, but I did think for sure that there is going to be some extra level of intensity because they're not worried about advertisers. They're not worried about, there was a lot this whole night. There was a lot more weapons used than I think usually get used on regular television tapings. And, I think that was more for obviously our entertainment purpose than it was because they don't give a shit about any advertisers or people pulling back and saying, oh, it's too violent, blah, 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 because they can get away with a little more shit on an untelevised event, basically. So the match itself between Jimmy Uso and LA Knight, it was fucking very, very good for an opening fucking match.
The only thing, okay, so for it being a steel cage match, I mean, I guess I should have expected less. Well, expected less and expected expected more in some ways, but I mean, just to start off with the steel cage match from the get-go, very cool. Great way to get people hyped up and all that stuff. But I mean, shit, I would have loved to seen somebody do something off of the steel cage itself, but we didn't get that. But nonetheless, to start off with that match in particular was cool nonetheless.
Yeah, it was. And this is maybe an observation kind of about the whole night. But because it wasn't televised, nobody was taking any risks. There were no real high spot risk maneuver type deals that went down. No. It was all very safe, very... Right, well, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to risk getting hurt on a fucking house show by doing some crazy shit. So that is one thing that you're not gonna get it on a house show. You're gonna get, not that they're phoning it in,
No,
but they're making sure they're doing safe fucking moves that they're not gonna. It's not risky at all. So I think that again, I wasn't really expecting a lot. I was just like, oh shit, man, a steel cage match started off pretty good, pretty fucking good. LA Knight is fucking so over, man. It's like, it's not even funny.
That was one thing for sure that was evident, which just kind of blows for somebody like that who is clearly should not be in the mid card or just above it. You know, some floating in between. Because people love him, dude. It sucks. It sucks he can't fucking hold the title.
I know,
because
man.
I have a feeling it's really because at this point, he's probably in the back end of his career.
Yeah, he's too old.
He's too old to be champion. But that's not even technically true because he could still hold the title for like one reign and it could be 6 months to a year. And
right,
just give it to him. But just give us a little morsel, throw us a bone, dude.
I would love to see the fucking strap, whichever one it may be, whether it be the world heavyweight or the universal.
I'll take anything.
I'll take any one of those. As long as it's the top fucking title on whatever show. I think I would love to fucking see that. And I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get to see it this year in 2024. But who knows?
And it was nice seeing certain things within the match that provoked some type of reaction. So for Jimmy Uso, I mean, he was adopting some of Roman Reigns' moves, and most notably the Superman punch and the spear,
and then doing it that whole thing that he does
did the
beforehand,
whole thing,
man, the whole getup.
And it's I get it. It's supposed to be he's in the family, he's in the bloodline, and he is paying homage to his cousin,
his tribal chief,
but it's also kind of pathetic because he's not even the one that is being given the torch to, because he was in the bloodline from pretty much
the beginning,
right? And he's being treated like shit, but it's also because he betrayed.
I mean, that's true,
Roman,
he
but
did do that.
Yeah. So then that got the crowd going, booing him because he was doing those things. It's like, well, that ain't your shit. Like,
yeah, exactly. So that was pretty cool. They did a little sequence where what's his name? Jimmy Uso was trying to escape the cage, and then LA Knight comes up and grabs his foot, and they pull him back down, and they did this shit where he's throwing him into the cage a lot. There was a lot of that going on.
Yeah,
and that was cool. That was cool to see. It's effective but safe. I get it. Like you're not gonna hurt yourself.
You're not gonna get somebody off of the barricade itself.
No one's gonna do a backflip off the fucking top of the cage
unless you're fucking your perk angle.
Yeah, perk angle. You're fucking doing a backflip death dive.
Yeah.
And you know what is funny too? Okay, the cage, like that cage, I swear it was smaller, man. I swear like it was smaller than it used to be. I just feel like it used to stick up a lot higher because when they were on the top rope, and this is how, obviously because we were kind of far away scale wise, I could understand why I would think that.
Yeah.
But when they would be standing on the top rope inside the cage, they could basically almost stick their fucking head over the top of it. And I'm like, wait a minute. It used to be you had to get on the top rope and then you had to climb, like take your feet, go and climb 2 or 3 rungs up the cage.
Yeah, true.
And then you fucking maybe could get to the top.
Yeah.
So I do feel like it's gotten smaller in scale, and that maybe just could be because it was a house show in safety. Yeah, I'm sure safety is like the number one deal with that. But I just thought it was interesting to see that kind of go down. And so obviously, the result of the match was, LA Knight victory. Goes over. And, again, I thought it was a fun match.
Yeah.
And then second match going in right after that. And again, this was all bang, bang. The second they're done, LA Knight takes the microphone and he's cutting like a little bit of a promo. And it was an all right promo. I thought it was a little, and it wasn't his best shit. But hey, I get it. It's a house show. He's not fucking trying to impress nobody. So it was nice of him to take the mic, though, and, give us a little taste of it. And so as he's doing that, obviously he was buying time for them to fucking take apart the cage, to unbuckle it, and then they could just pull it up the, what are those, like those cables or whatever that it's on. So it was crazy to also see the ring crew, man, during this whole, there's like 2 guys. That's it. That were the ring crew for this event. And those 2 guys literally went around to all the things when he was doing that, and they were just unbuckling shit and doing it and then getting it so that the cage could go straight up. And so as soon as that's done, as soon as the cage goes up, he pretty much just ends the promo and just gets out. And then he walks back, you know, and then the what's her name? The announcer chick comes up and she introduces the next one. And it was Bianca Belair versus Bayley.
Bayley,
and,
hey, we want some Bayley.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, yeah. So,
there was no, man. We should have got that chant going.
Yeah.
But,
damage control.
Yeah, damage control. So it's Io Sky and Bayley
on
came out.
ringside.
Yeah, Io Sky was on ringside, and you know, yes, there was some tomfoolery and there was some fuckery afoot with Io Sky on the back end, and yes, the fucking shitbag referee did fucking eject her from the match, and I thought that was kind of bullshit. You know, I booed the referee and, you know, had a good time. But, you know, obviously that ended up turning around and then Bianca Belair gets the win. That match was kind of just, it was all right. It wasn't, you know, anything spectacular.
I mean, I've never actually seen Bianca Belair wrestle live, but
yeah, not live.
I mean,
for sure.
her strength, she's pretty, I mean, I think she did a suplex and
yeah.
She's very strong.
Yeah, and she's.
I think she pressed.
Yeah, I think she did. Yeah, she did. She like overhead pressed her, and she's very animated too. That is one of the things that I like about Bianca Belair. That weird hopping thing that she does at the beginning.
Yes,
and then just being fucking like that. You know, it's like Muhammad Ali. Like, you know, the light of being light of foot, I guess.
Yes.
In the way that she does it, and it translates over well. And you know, I think I'm not necessarily down with the hair swing. I don't know. I don't really know if I get that. But hey, whatever. Gimmick's a gimmick. Yeah, I mean, you could beat somebody with it. Put a knife on it and stab them.
Well, no, I mean,
whip somebody with it. I mean, yeah, I have seen that done before.
Yeah.
But anyways, that match, it was okay. It wasn't, you know, it was a good come down match from the fucking opening steel cage.
Yeah.
To get us kind of chill, right?
Yeah.
But then the third match, again, straight into it. It's a fucking last man standing match.
KO.
Old Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa, which when Kevin Owens came out, I was actually honestly surprised. I did not expect. When I heard that, I was like, oh shit. We both looked at each other. We said, oh damn. And obviously, that's the one thing that's crazy about the live events is you don't know what the card is. Whereas, you know, when you go to most other a Raw or a SmackDown or a pay-per-view, you know the card in advance, so you know what you're getting. Every fucking match was a surprise.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of lent to it being a little more meaningful when it would happen. Like when they announced that third match as a last man standing match, we were like, holy shit, we had no fucking idea we were going to get to see a last man standing match. So far we've seen like a steel cage match. I had no fucking clue we were going to get to see anything like that tonight. And so they come out, the match goes okay. During this match, in our hood rat fucking section that we were sitting in, there was an issue.
Yeah.
Between some, I don't know what the issue was. They were just yelling at each other about, I think maybe a seat dispute. And so there was a lot of we wanted tables chants, and, you know, Solo Sikoa goes under and people think he's going to get a table. He pulls out a chair like an asshole. And then he pulls out another chair. And then he pulled out like a kendo stick. And then they pulled everything out but tables. So it was obviously, you know, it worked. They were pissing everybody off. And it was great to work the audience by doing that. And so, but this whole time, all these assholes are up in the front, like arguing with each other in our section, yelling, screaming, all this kind of stuff. So the best fucking part is this fucking... the security or whatever, they sent one fucking lady, event staff to go up there and deal with this large gathering and crowd of people yelling at each other and having, you know, this issue. So she goes up there and eventually she figured it out and they got everything squared away. And so some dude fucking yells out, he's like, hey, what's your name? And then she fucking goes, I'm Brenda. And then he says, thanks, Brenda. And he says, you deserve a raise. And so then I said, hey, Brenda, tell them where the tables are because we want fucking tables. And then I got a good little laugh out of that. And then everybody fucking was like, okay. And then she fucked off. It was like that lady from Walmart when she signs off. That's what I imagine that this lady could turn into a meme. Brenda, the event staff at fucking Kia Forum.
Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah. That was good stuff. So then we get back to the match. Eventually, they get the table out. And I get it. They weren't putting anybody through the table horizontally, so they just propped it up.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck was that,
I thought that was a cop-out for sure.
Like, how come we can't get... Because I have a feeling... It's like, all right, we'll give people what they want. It's like a monkey's paw type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get tables, but not the way you want it.
But not the way you want it, yeah.
You're not going to get a power bomb through the fucking table.
No, you're not going to get somebody laying on the table and going off the top rope through it. No, you're not going to get that either. Yeah. We're gonna give you the weakest fucking table move we can do, which is propping it up against the inside of the turnbuckles, and then just somebody just lightly being tossed into it and then it breaking. So that was what we got.
And chair shots.
We
got a lot of chair shots.
Which that was cool to see. But anyways, at the end, Kevin Owens tosses him through the table and throws chairs on top of him, and that's the 10 count, and he can't get up, and that's game over.
Oh, well, you kind of throwing it not under the bus, but okay, so
I'm not doing it justice?
Not doing it justice.
All right, well, go ahead and do me justice on it then.
Well, shit, man. Credits to Kevin Owens for being an athlete.
True.
When shit, dude, I can't even fucking do what he does. When he does the cannonball.
Oh, yeah, man.
When he runs from one corner and then throws himself into another with the other person on the opposite, propped up by the corner, or the turnbuckles and such. I mean, shit, dude. Like, he looks quick when he does it. Like, he starts galloping and then yeets himself over to the other side. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, we didn't even get his finisher.
No.
We didn't get a KO stunner, dude.
No, I don't think that, because he tried a couple times. Oh, no, you know what? No, he did.
He got two. He got two.
And then because he stood up, that was what then prompted him to throw him into the fucking table.
Yeah, and I think...
But I don't like those ones where, because again, I feel like it just makes the move look weak, because he did it to him, and everybody else, they fly back and sell it or whatever, but then, he does it, and he's still, he looks knocked out, but standing. And then you do it again a second or a third time, and then it still happens. And then he just said, fuck it. And he just kicks him in the dick, and then he fucking throws him into the table.
Yeah. So he goes on the table, and Kevin Owens has good comedic timing, because once you get thrown through the table, or at least for this type of match, I think it's kind of like the signifier that you're reaching the climax or the end of it. So Solo Sikoa goes through the fucking table, and as the ref is counting towards 10, Kevin Owens starts piling on fucking chairs. Yeah, gets a towel,
throws the towel. Oh yeah, man.
Gets Solo Sikoa's towel and throws it on top of there.
Yeah,
and then he's just stockpiling shit on top of him so that he obviously doesn't get it. But man, and then there was a spot where they brought the fight out over closer to the entrance, it was holiday ornaments or
shit.
So
I forgot about that.
So then Kevin Owens picks that shit up. It was a snowman, and I forgot
it was it was like lawn inflatables.
Yeah, so
and he just starts beating his ass with these lawn inflatables.
Yeah,
that was fucking awesome,
which is great. And so I'm trying to think of if there was anything else that was important from that match. I think it was mostly. That was pretty much it. But again, I love fucking Kevin Owens, dude.
Yeah, me too, man.
Another person that probably should get like a world title at some point again.
Yeah, he should get it back.
I don't know why people. I don't think people have soured on him. It's just
they just sleep on Kevin Owens.
Too many cooks.
Yeah, there are too many cooks, too many chiefs, not enough Indians. That's how it's going.
So
that match was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I had a good one. A good time during that match, even though we were distracted by the fucking the fight that we thought was going to break out in front of us. And we were getting ready to get involved. I would jump in. Fuck it, we were going to be like, hey, we're getting our money's worth tonight.
Yeah.
So then the next matchup, speaking of yeets, Yeet boy himself, Jey Uso,
Yeet Master
Uso,
main event Jey Uso.
Main event, that's right, main event Jey Uso versus fucking Finn Balor. And of Judgment Day. And I was very disappointed that I didn't get to see fucking Rhea Ripley. All right.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were.
We were all chanting, "Where is mommy? Where is mommy?" quite a lot that night. And now, well, later you'll see why it was even more hurtful that she wasn't there. But essentially, them two come out. Old Jey Uso comes out. Man, that guy, regardless, say what you want. And again, even me, I don't necessarily get the yeet shit. I don't really get it. I don't understand it. But
what is there to understand?
I don't know, man. I don't know why people like it. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, anyways, maybe I guess I'm saying I'm just old. I don't know.
There you
but
go.
What I'm saying is props to him because, man, he fucking had the crowd. I'd say that was probably the third. I think that was the third most reaction from the crowd, right?
It's just me, Oos.
Was that shit right there. And it was that night there were not a lot of people that stood up. There was a couple of moments where the whole arena stood, for an entrance or
somebody,
two.
yeah.
For somebody. And we'll talk about that, obviously.
Yes.
But Jey Uso was another one.
Yeah, he
was one of the three that caused that reaction to happen. And I give him props for that. And I think that's really cool. And I would love to see that go down on like a pay-per-view. Like I'd like to see him wrestle on a pay-per-view too. That'd be kind of cool. Like the next one that they do out here.
Yeah.
But anyways, that besides the point. So yeah, I mean the match was good. I like Finn Balor a lot. I enjoy his wrestling. And I have to say Jey Uso's not a bad wrestler either. I mean, he knows they know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't like how,
I think we said this before in a previous podcast.
Mm-hmm.
How the super kick is
just,
it's almost like the DDT status.
Yeah, it's not meaningful.
DDT
anymore.
could be a finisher, but because it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You don't end a match with it. So if it's used at some point in the middle of a match or whatever, that's a finisher for fucking Shawn Michaels, dude.
Yeah, man.
And Jey Uso's doing it, and people are not going down.
No.
They're not. You get a 2 count and right back up.
Yeah,
so that shit sucks. But the match itself, I mean, dude, I don't know what it is about the move itself, but I hate the sling blade.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
Because it's like you're wrapping your arms around somebody, and then you swing. You eventually get your other arm wrapped around them.
Yeah, but you're not actually doing anything to them.
You're not doing anything. Yeah, you're not doing anything.
That's why I hate it.
I hate it, yeah.
You're not. Well, that's why we hate it, because you're not actually doing anything. You're just spinning yourself around them.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then and then you're both falling over.
Yeah, he did it twice in the match. And that's just kind of that's his move set. That's like
Right.
one of the go-to staples.
Yeah, is that stupid sling blade.
Yeah, so once he starts rolling, he goes
and hits
after that.
that.
He goes
Yeah.
after that. So I just don't like that. Damian Priest is ringside. I'm like,
yeah.
fuck, man. I think about it. I'm not trying to be shitty, but whatever. I mean, they gave that guy the Money in the Bank, and
I mean, it was cool to see the Money in the Bank briefcase. I mean, that was see it in person.
Mr. Senior Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. But yeah, what's he gonna do with that? I have no fucking idea.
That
man.
match was actually relatively short compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
It felt like it was 7 minutes, and everybody else was getting like maybe 10 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember a whole lot. I don't remember if I remember a whole lot of the match. If anything, again, it was just amongst the names that were at this show, a lot of people were standing up for Jey Uso, which is
that was
evident.
The standing O for the entrance or whatever you want to call it, the audience interaction.
Yeah,
that was everybody stood up. Like that was the first instance where majority of the people were. Standing.
But I would say LA Knight is over.
Oh yeah,
more so than Jey.
I think so. I think he is too. I agree with that.
that
he's definitely more over than Jey Uso. Mm. But it's just that audience interaction that Jey Uso has with doing that stupid the movement or whatever.
Down shit.
Yeah, that's
or the wave
or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
But okay, so we had that match. Did we say who won? Fucking obviously Jey Uso wins.
So Jey Uso, up until this point, it's been a face.
It's been a face night.
It's been a face night.
No heel had won.
I had a feeling it was probably going to be that because they were like, everybody's going to go home happy, so you get to see all your favorite people win.
Yeah. So the next match which fucking I was shocked that it went on this early.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be. I thought maybe it was going to be the main event.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought somehow he was going to be involved in the main event, and who we're talking about, is motherfucking CM Punk. You hear that, like that fucking cult personality.
Mark,
my
Punk.
God, dude, CM Punk, CM Junk. Oh man, CM Chunk, as he is referred to now as. So. He fights. He wrestles Dominic Mysterio.
That was a cool match.
It was. I thought they did a great job. I thought they entertained us, and I was sad because that was when we were pissed. I was yelling out, "Where's Rhea Ripley?" during the fucking Judgment Day earlier thing with the two of them, and I'm like, oh, I'm sure Dominic Mysterio is gonna come out, and I'm sure that's who he's gonna be with. And so when he came out. When the music came on, when he was going to fight CM Punk, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, here we go. And then when he comes out by himself, I was very disappointed, man.
Yeah.
I was so sad. And it's not a knock against Dominic. God damn. It's not a knock against him, but I just like wanted to see Rhea Ripley, man.
I think a lot of people wanted to see.
Yeah. Oh, well, everybody, like I said, was chanting, "Where is mommy? Where is mommy?" And I had yelled out a couple times that I wanted my money back. That fucking Rhea Ripley's not here. This is horse shit.
Yes.
I was very vocally upset.
Yeah, so it was so the match itself, I mean, CM Punk was doing a lot of fucking holds.
Yeah.
Dominic what?
He did probably the shittiest fucking elbow drop from the top rope I think I've ever seen.
Oh
in my
yeah,
life, man. It was almost like he did it in slow motion. I don't know how the fuck he did it, but he didn't even jump. He just fell off the top rope and landed on him.
Yeah. So shit, what happened? So there was a couple times where Dominic was able to set up the
619. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean. Kudos to him, man. Like it's so funny that his dad Eddie. I'm just kidding.
We're not kidding.
Yeah. But it's like he's the hybrid between Rey Mysterio and Eddie because he incorporated the 619 to his repertoire, and then even did the Three Amigos at some point.
Oh yeah, I yelled at him at that. I said, "You're doing it wrong."
You're doing it wrong. Yeah,
like you're doing it wrong.
So it was cool to see that because I mean, shit, I've never got to see that live in person. To see Eddie do that.
Yeah, neither did I. So that was really cool to see him do it.
Yeah, and I thought he was setting himself up for the frog splash afterwards, but then it ended up not happening.
Didn't come to pass.
But the match ended with Dominic getting caught off guard, and then CM Punk. Well, CM Punk countered and eventually set himself up
and just
to a GTS. Yeah,
GTS the fuck out of him.
Yes,
killed him dead.
That was the end of the match. They hand him over a mic and he cuts a promo, and I'm not really sure why, if they're setting up for Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk eventually, but he keeps going at this angle that I'm not really sure what they're doing with, where he's saying the finish the story line that Cody Rhodes goes to, he's using that, and he's like, I'm gonna finish my story, and then this is only the beginning and such.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know if that means they're gonna be feuding. So like when he eventually does become heel, that they'll have them go at each other's throats.
Yeah, I think that they're doing the long con game on this shit.
So there was a Monday Night Raw. I don't remember if it was within the last 2 weeks or the week before, but when CM Punk arrived, and it's not like it's any surprise, but CM Punk said he wants to be in the main event picture.
Yeah.
And then Cody Rhodes encounters CM Punk in a backstage scene, and he says something like, "Oh, you want to be in the Royal Rumble? You want to win it?" And he's like, "Oh, that's interesting." Cody Rhodes said that in a very somewhat condescending, like he's like, "Oh, that's interesting. You want to be the winner of the Royal Rumble?" And just walks away. So I think they're setting up. They're giving little nuggets of maybe they're setting up for a future.
And I don't know if it's going to be when one of them gets a title. I hope it is. I hope that's going to be the next feud for either of them, depending on if one of them gets a title at WrestleMania.
Right.
And if that's the case and one of them does, I think that they should be each other's next fucking feud after that, to have a nice little program of them fucking maybe trading a title back and forth a couple of times. You know, fuck, I don't know. Who knows? There's plenty of things they could do with it, but that's what I would like to see out of it. But, and then also CM Punk's been doing this thing too, where he's also talking shit about the place that he's in. So he did it in whatever, when he first debuted, and he was talking about the hockey team or whatever. And he was talking about their hockey team because he's from Chicago, and he was saying about all the the Blackhawks are better or some shit. Okay, like with us, he said that he was hoping that he was gonna get to do, or he was sad that Rhea Ripley wasn't here because he wanted to lift her up and fucking body slam her down into the ground and cause an earthquake so big that it broke California off and drowned it in the ocean. And I'm like, hey man, that's some California hate right there, you son of a bitch. Don't fucking be saying that shit, you fucking Midwesterner, you piece of shit from fucking Illinois. You CM fuck is about to be your name, because I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you right now for talking shit about California. Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm digressing, but you know, I don't know why he's doing that, because the audience was confused when he said that. There were some people that went, hey, you son of a bitch. And then there's people that went, yeah, all right. Wait a minute. No, he's talking shit about us. Like, fucking A. So, but then he immediately erased that and then started pandering again. Oh, it's so great to be home in LA and blah, blah, blah. And that's another thing that I fucking don't like that they're doing. I don't know if you saw in the merch booth, but it's like the CM Punk coming home tour, right? And so every single shirt, and I'm sure they do it in every single city.
Best in the world thing. And
it's a CM Punk coming home to Los Angeles.
Yeah, coming home. Best in the world in Los Angeles.
Yeah, Phoenix. But it says at the bottom of the shirt, coming home to, and then the city. And I'm like, this ain't your home, bitch. We already know that.
Suck my ass.
Suck my ass. Don't put my fucking name on a t-shirt. Put our city on a t-shirt and fucking make us buy it.
What the fuck is Los Angeles 316?
Dude, I'd never heard of that before. And you know what's funny? It's goddamn Lakers colored. It's a purple ass fucking shirt.
Yeah.
It's not even the good purple, like the King's purple. It's the light fucking the weak purple from fucking the Lakers.
Yeah. So what? I mean, dude, the Stone Cold still having his presence within the WWE, that they're still selling fucking shirts with the 316 shit on it. I mean, that shit's wild, dude, because the motherfucker doesn't even wrestle.
Nope. Hasn't been in anything.
Doesn't have to do with fuck all.
Yeah.
But they're still selling shirts, and I'm sure he's getting residual checks off of anything they sell.
Oh, yeah.
But just kind of amazing that they're still rolling with like anything that's, you know, Stone Cold
related.
Adjacent or whatever in shirt terms is just kind of like, oh, wow, he is still here.
Yeah. And then while we're on the merch subject real quick, one of the things that I did notice, the merchandise was fucking expensive.
How expensive?
So a t-shirt, $40 fucking dollars, man.
$40 fucking dollars.
And okay, back when we went again, and this was pre-COVID, and it was right before, it was like 2019, I think it was.
Sure.
So I get that changed some things, but when we went to the Staples Center, the shirts were fucking 30 or 25 or $30.
I have a feeling
the title belts. Okay, so the title belts that they had there were $500 fucking dollars.
Versus what?
Versus before $250.
$250, yeah.
You know, and then if it was a title that was not really well known or a lower end title, it was $199.
Okay.
But anyway, sorry, what you were gonna say?
No.
I have a feeling that what?
No, well shit. Well, I mean, what if they're accommodating the price to the event staff hosting?
I mean, that
so it's like $15 additional so that they don't have to. If they're gonna if the event takes 15% of the shit being sold,
yeah,
they're like, all right,
which building into the price.
Yeah, we're gonna build in the price, or maybe it's just simply inflation that they.
Well, I mean, it does make sense that's probably what it is, because that shirt, those same shirts. Well, obviously the one you can't get the LA 316. I don't think you can buy that on the WWE fucking website. I'm gonna look and see.
Probably not.
But just like the coming home to Los Angeles, I bet you can't buy that on there. It's only available
Yeah.
when they're out here, right? Because that's how they get you to buy the shit.
Yes.
So, but like the Yeet t-shirt,
Yeah.
the Yeet t-shirt, fucking awesome. Oh, it's our buddy's girlfriend's brother, Oscar. He's a great fucking dude, by the way. I'm gonna tell you, I do want to talk about his drip, as we called it, because I am jealous of the fucking drippy.
Yes.
The drippiness that he fucking had, man. I was so just green with envy. But anyways, yeah, he bought a Yeet shirt, right?
You got a
And
Yeet shirt.
He got a Yeet shirt. And I'm like, okay, that shirt is $29.99 on the website. That same exact shirt.
Yeah, but with the shipping and everything.
But okay, again, if you're gonna buy 2 or 3 or 4 shirts, I mean, they bought 2 shirts. With shipping, shit, that's 50, that's already what, $60? You're already gonna get free shipping.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, so you're paying $60, you're getting now they just paid $80 for the convenience of buying it at the thing at the venue, basically.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I mean he did buy a fucking LA 316 shirt. So,
Okay, yeah, so-
you know, so okay, you couldn't get that one. I get it. You can't get that one
Yeah,
anywhere, so fuck it. You might as well. But I don't know. The prices are just fucking getting outrageous.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, the most it should cost is probably like $20.
Yeah, I agree.
$20, 15 or $20.
Yeah, and then that should be it. But anyway, back to the Oscar drippiness situation, man. Dude, the coolest fucking shit. He had this NWO hoodie, right?
Yeah.
It was the World Heavyweight Championship, the big gold in the front on the chest,
Yeah.
spray painted with the NWO on it.
Yes.
And then he had New World Order in script on down one of the arms.
Yep.
And then on the back, it's fucking Hogan, Hall, and Nash in their peak NWO forms, fucking doing their NWO pose or whatever. And man, it was so fucking cool, man. I was like, dude, I want that. I want that fucking jacket, bro. And
It was a hoodie.
or hoodie, yeah, whatever. Sorry, the hoodie. And the best part was I didn't even notice the pants until we got to the arena.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? He had these like sweatpants on, and they looked like a very premium sweatpant too, by the way, not just like some Hanes fucking beefy tee sweatpants or whatever, but it had these fucking patches embroidered on it, and they were stone cold fucking Steve Austin patches. There was 3 of them on the one leg,
Yes,
and then on
sir.
the other fucking leg, it had what, Austin 316 going
I don't
down
know what
dinner.
the
It
fuck.
said
It was
something
all
to Austin.
stone.
It was all stone cold pants. It was fucking cool as shit. And I'm like, God damn, bro, I need to get me some of those fucking pants. And it was funny because when I called him earlier to tell him we were on the way, I said, hey, ask Oscar what I should wear. Should I wear my NWO shirt or should I wear my John Cena the Champ is Here shirt? Because I was going to bring the U.S. title, so then I was just going to wear it.
Oh,
like, around
right.
my
Yeah,
waist.
yeah.
And so he said, oh, NWO. And I'm like, oh, that's an interesting choice. I wonder why he chose NWO. And obviously it was because
It's
he
the
knew
hoodie,
he was
yeah.
wearing the hoodie. So I'm like, oh, man, fucking A, good work. But
Good shit.
good shit. Anyways, so now that we've sufficiently digressed, fucking let's go back to the...
So this was the intermission, right?
No, not yet. We're not there yet. Intermission did not happen yet.
Oh, okay.
The next match, we had 2 more matches before intermission,
Oh,
which was
shit.
weird the way that they broke this up because it was like 7 of the 10 matches were pre-intermission.
True.
And then intermission happened, and then we got 3 more matches, and that's it. So it was I was a little shocked because I was like, hey, isn't intermission supposed to be halfway?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. But anyway, so the next match we had was Street Profits versus the Lucha or the Latino World Order.
This was a bullshit match.
It really was.
It was. Nobody gave a damn.
Oh, no one in the audience.
I
gave a
mean,
shit.
actually, I'll tell you. I'll say what. I'll say something nice. Whoever's in the Latino World Order, I mean, there was quite a bit of lucha libre style wrestling,
Oh yeah,
a lot of rolls
cool.
and
I
like
like
high
that,
flying
yeah.
action.
I enjoyed that.
And the Street Profits, I mean, they're entertaining and such, but man, these guys were not. Nobody was engaged with either of these fucking guys.
No,
as a
no, there
tag
wasn't.
team, nobody was buying into it, and I'm just like, shit, man. Well, you have to imagine that in order for people to care about the fucking tag team titles, I mean, for Finn Balor and Damian Priest to hold the undisputed
Yeah,
tag team titles, it has to mean something. And it's like, what do they have in terms of tag teams that people are going to give a shit? And it's neither of these teams. If they were even to
yeah.
make any kind of progression to being in the main event picture. It is not.
I don't even
either of
think
these two.
I don't even think you could consider them a jobber fucking tag teams, man. I mean, if they're even below that level.
Yeah,
And it's just sad. And that's the thing that sucks is the state of the WWE tag team division right now is pretty fucking boring, which is why the straps are on the Judgment Day, because that's the hottest thing they got right now. These guys aren't even tag team fucking wrestlers, and yet they're in a tag team just because, again, the division sucks and they need fucking some
they need
boost.
somebody to make it relevant,
Right? So, yeah, absolutely no one gave a shit about the match. There was one point though where people did give a shit. It was right at the end when the Street Profits win and they accidentally played the Latino World Order fucking music for like 5 seconds, and then they went, "Oh shit!" and then they switched it to the Street Profits, and so then they grabbed the microphone and they were like, "Can't even play our goddamn mute! What the hell?" Like they were pissed, and it was funny, and then they were just talking shit, and then they left like abruptly.
Yeah, and the only notable thing is that Street Profits won. And
that was the one and only
heel fucking win
victory of the night. Yeah.
And it meant fuck all.
It meant nothing. Yeah. It was basically a throwaway match.
Yeah. So,
and I get it. Not every match on a card is I mean, you should shoot for every match on the card to be meaningful and impactful and to have a place on there. But this one was just a throwaway fucking match. This was just a fill time, I feel like, or get these guys their payday or whatever, their minimum. They got
they got to do their hours.
Yeah, I feel like that was what it was. So
after
no, not yet. Which again was also weird that this next match, which was the one right before the intermission, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Oh right, yeah.
For the World Heavyweight Championship. So this was a fucking and again, talk about. I've said this before. How I don't think that you should be fucking putting your World Heavyweight Champion in the middle or anything. He should be at the end of the fucking card every single time. Unless you have like the way they did it tonight, maybe that match should have been at the end for sure, because it was a quote unquote such a grudge match because of the issues they've been having. But I do think that they take away from the fucking meaningful impact of the title when you don't put it on last every time you do it.
Hold on. Okay, I think the reason they did it. So this thing started at 7:30, right?
Yeah.
So we're probably an hour and a half well into the program.
Just about,
right?
Yeah.
So imagine it's 9:30, and this is LA where people go home early, so they didn't want to take the chance for somebody not to miss what they wanted to see. So they put on the World Heavyweight title just before the intermission in case people ended up going home because it's 9:30. They want to beat traffic. Mm-hmm. So then everything else was just, for everybody else that wanted to stay and enjoy the rest of the matches and shit. So they put it just before the intermission so that people,
maybe when you put it that way, sure. But they consistently don't put that title on to close the show on television, on pay-per-views. It's always in the middle of the fucking card for some reason. And again, I think and even if it doesn't go on last because you have Roman Reigns maybe doing a title defense as well, and that's obviously your biggest quote unquote title at this point because he's had it for fucking 3 years.
Yes.
So I get it. Maybe he's gonna go on last when that's happening, but
it is disrespectful.
It is. It's disrespectful to the title, and it makes it seem like it's not relevant or it's not worthy. It's not important.
The match itself, pretty entertaining. I mean,
it was not bad.
There were a lot of cool spots.
Yeah.
I mean, Drew McIntyre did a whole spiel about.
He lost his shit
because he says he put his body on the line during COVID, and he continued to perform, and he feels like the people betrayed him. Then the match starts, and we get some spots. We got some attempts at Seth Rollins trying to get a couple curb stops in.
Yeah.
Did he get a pedigree in?
Yeah, he opened. That was his opening maneuver that he hit was the pedigree.
Oh, right, he did.
And then remember I was like, oh, that's it. It's over. This is gonna be a 6-second match. Drew McIntyre's gonna go home and fucking cry himself to sleep.
Yeah,
but no, he kicked out, and then the match continued. But
yeah, the match continued, and then at some point, Drew McIntyre just decides to get on the mic and
start talking shit for some reason.
Yeah, that was I did not expect that.
Neither
but
did I.
I'm like,
But
why though? Why?
Why? I agree. Why? It didn't really make any sense, but it did entertain me.
Yeah, it was
because he was being a straight up idiot on this microphone.
It was sports entertaining.
It was highly sports entertaining.
And I'll say, I mean, you fucking brought it up. Is this dude's a big motherfucker, dude?
Man,
he looks like a gargantuan Scottish man.
Yeah, dude. Like you can't really tell on television, or I mean, you can tell on television how big they are, right? But
even for as far back as
this dude was fucking is huge, man.
Yeah, he's got to be like 6.
I think he's like 6'6", dude. I think he's like a giant
200.
Yeah. Oh, he's 275
meat,
pounds of solid fucking muscle.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was pretty cool. I mean,
getting buried at house shows.
Yeah, getting buried at house shows.
He took a curb stomp from Seth Rollins off the top rope to end the match.
Yeah, man.
And
which I will say, I mean, that does sort of protect him because, taking a curb stomp off the top fucking rope that's a fucking, your brain should be crushed in, right?
Your brain, yeah.
You know, I get it. That you're kind of protecting him by having him lose that way. I mean, he has to lose. You can't draw it. You can't draw a match, or you're not going to have him win. I thought, man, they did that one time where they did a title change, a World Heavyweight Championship title change on a house show.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what if tonight's the night? What if we get to see it again, man? Yeah. What if we get to see it live here? That'd be fucking awesome.
No.
But no,
but then again, you don't really, I mean, shoot. Okay, yeah, they're gonna have. So they had this world title match, right? Yeah. World heavyweight title match. And what percentage of your brain was thinking they're gonna do this at a house show where with Drew Mac? It's absolute zero for me.
Yeah, I never didn't even think we would get to see a title match on a house show. But the fact that they did it was fucking cool as hell.
Yeah,
and I appreciated it. And yeah, the match I was fucking sports entertained by this match.
Sports entertained,
100%. Yep. And so. Then we get into the intermission where they're hawking the merch. They literally have the announcer chick come out and she's got all the merch just sitting next to her and she's just going on about it and how they signed these things and
CM Punk signed these posters.
Yeah, here's Seth Rollins signed this bullshit. Go buy it. Go buy, consume.
Yeah.
And so that was the point where we had to take a piss. Well, me and the other guy we went with had to take a piss. Adam stayed there with He kept my United States belt fucking very, very comfortable and safe.
And sports
entertained while we were gone. And so going to the bathroom, man, I will tell you what, that is a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
So we go and the line is obvious. It's like a fucking mile long. We thought we couldn't even find the bathroom, but we just see this line and we thought it was like for merch or food or something. When we finally got up to the bathroom, we were like, oh, yeah, that line we passed like 4 rows ago. Oh, yeah, that's the fucking bathroom line. Fuck. So we go back to the end of the line. We're waiting. And then finally we get up to where the entrance is. And I'm thinking it's just like most stadiums where the entrance is right here and you just walk in and now you're in the bathroom, right?
Yes.
Oh, no. As we turn the corner to go into the thing, there's a staircase going downstairs, and I'm like, where the fuck are we going? And it's not just one flight, it's 2 full flights of fucking stairs that you have to go down to go to this bathroom. And as we were descending these stairs, I looked at Ian, who was the guy that we went with, and I said, man, I think we're about to get fucking human trafficked right now or some shit. Like there's gonna be dudes with fucking just like chloroform waiting down there. They're just taking people.
Yeah, so that's how they create the event staff. Is if you end up taking a piss, that's the last we hear of you.
You live there.
You become part of the event staff.
Yeah, that's how they got Brenda. Fucking. But so anyway, so we go in there, take a piss. I mean, that was fine. But then we were like, oh hey, maybe we should go check out the merch shit. And so the lines fucking mile long for the merch, even longer than the bathroom. And so I'm like, yeah, there's no fucking way we're gonna fucking hit this. So we went and got a sody from which there was nobody in line for drinks at all. There was no one. We walked right up and they just said, oh hey, can we help you? We're bored. And
one of your finest ales, good sir.
Yeah, yes, good sir. I would have one of your finest $26 fucking ales, please. And the beers weren't that expensive. They were only like $18.
Only 18.
Which we basically just fucking snuck in our own shit. And the greatest thing, because Adam's sitting there asking, he's like, hey man, how'd you get that shit in here? And he's like, oh yeah, man, it's plastic flask.
Yeah, because
security will never know.
Yeah, I thought the flask was gonna be metal and stuff. Yeah, I'm like, how are you gonna get that shit through?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, and I bought it at Target too. Fucking got a plastic flask at Target to help us commit crimes,
brother,
and save money. So we only had to pay the $8 for the soda, and then that was it. So we were good.
Words to the wise.
bring your own shit. Bring a flask and get a plastic
Or is
one.
it word to the wives?
No, it's word to the wise.
Word to the wise. Yeah, dude. If you can get away with it, you
Do
bring your own alcohol.
Yeah, because I mean, fuck, dude. Mixed drinks, $26.
$26 for a drop of fucking
A drop of vodka.
yeah, and maybe some colored syrup,
yeah,
so that you can have a mixed drink.
a mixed fucking drink. And you don't even get a commemorative cup with that either.
No, you don't.
It's horse shit. It's like a little plastic fucking solo cup.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then as that's going on, and we're waiting in the bathroom doing all this shit, the show continues, right? Because we missed it.
Becky Lynch versus Zoe Stark, which is I think it was mostly being carried by Becky herself, because I don't know if people really care all that much for Zoe Stark. I don't really have anything to say about the match because I kind of tuned out.
Yeah, I mean, I came back in probably it was 3/4 of the way through, I would say, and I did not really. I like Becky Lynch.
I do too. Yeah,
I just don't like that other chick at all. I don't really care, so I was just kind of whatever. And yeah, we saw the end of the match. Obviously, Becky Lynch wins.
Yes,
and that was pretty much the end of that match.
Right.
So then.
This is the second match, right?
This is the second to last match.
Yeah, so this is the ninth match.
The ninth match. We get Kofi Kingston versus, I don't even know what the guy's name is. I just wrote down some guy from the Imperium.
This is weird, dude. So this was a great show because you got to see fucking everybody that you would want to see for this thing, with the exception if you were a Roman Reigns fan, you didn't get that. But nonetheless, one critique that I did have is that they front loaded this show. Maybe it's not a bad thing because we got LA Knight with the steel cage match against Jimmy Uso, but then you put on
Kofi Kingston and this dickhead from the Imperium.
Yeah,
second to last. Like, fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Christ.
How do you book it that way?
It didn't make sense. Again, yes, it was heavily front loaded. And I felt like this match should have been the opening match, or maybe, this was a good, like, fast paced. They wrestled great, but it's just two dickheads we don't care about because they're kind of not. They're just mid card fucking dudes now. Like, this guy's he's moving his way up, I guess maybe, but or trying to. But Kofi Kingston is he's just like a mid card.
I will say that one dude from Imperium, he at least can get a reaction.
Yes, that's he was the best heel one of the best heels of the night
because he was kind of pompous. He has this posture thing where he puts his arm behind his back and he's very
puts his nose in the air.
Crust, upper crust, better than thou.
Yeah.
And he was just getting a lot of reactions. Doing crowd work.
Yeah, it was very very well executed.
So that was notable for. For Street Profits not getting even that dude. At least that dude by himself as a solo, as a singles competitor got that. So that was cool to see. Kofi himself got a bit of fanfare with the New Day chants.
Oh yeah,
So he got that. The match itself, I don't know if I could say I remember a whole lot. I know Kofi Kingston did a lot of drop kicks and such.
Oh yeah.
Who ended up winning that match? I forgot.
Kofi Kingston won.
Oh yeah. All right. So the only people that were heels were that won.
The Street Profits. That was it. Yeah.
Right. So shit. It didn't even occur to me. So this transitions over to the last match, which was which was cool because fuck man, this is a feud that I was looking forward to since I think 2 weeks before. Just to bring it up real quickly, but. So now Shinsuke is feuding with Cody Rhodes, and he's like, "Oh, in order to get to the world title or whatever, you have to defeat me, basically, right?"
Yeah.
And man, one of the greatest things ever is fucking Shinsuke cutting these promos that are recorded videos, and this was during Christmas, I think, or the week of Christmas. That Cody Rhodes is the focal point of Shinsuke's promo. So Shinsuke's got this fucking book about Cody Rhodes, and he's basically going to tell him how he's going to kick his ass and everything.
Yeah.
But the thing I loved about it is that in kayfabe,
Shinsuke Nakamura not only has a book, a story about Cody Rhodes. He wrote the motherfucker, and then he
had
got
it published.
He got it in print, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's straight hateful, dude.
It is. It's so hateful. That's probably one of those hateful things you could do, man.
Shinsuke Nakamura, player hater of the year.
Oh,
dude.
I think he might be player hater of the year 2023.
So this is all building up hype to say that the person that was announced, or the main event of the event itself, was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Cody Rhodes, and
it was in an LA street fight match,
which is basically
just a street fight, but they just put LA in front of it because that's where we were. Was in LA. So, man, I was not expecting. As we got further down the night, I knew, okay, Cody Rhodes has got to be in the fucking main event. Yeah, we just couldn't really figure out who it was, and it never even dawned on me that they would go this route at a house show.
Yeah,
and I'm glad the fucking they did, because as soon as his music hit, I'm like, holy shit, they're actually gonna fight on a house show. We're gonna get to see this.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, and. Man, they put on a fucking, I thought was a very sports entertaining fucking match. I was fucking...
Yeah, I mean, for the first initial 5 to 10 minutes, Shinsuke was getting out of the ring. He got knocked up a couple times.
Yeah.
And then in his trickery of stepping out of the ring, he pulls out a fucking kendo stick and starts beating
the shit out of Cody with it.
Beating Cody Rhodes with a fucking stick. And then, I mean, we get set up with different maneuvers. We got some spots. We got like the Cody cutter and what else did we get? You know, the whole dust, the
that little thing where he goes on his back and he hits you from underneath.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he was gonna do that little whoa, and he goes and grabs the crotch and then he fucking hits him or whatever.
Yeah,
like he was going to do that, but I think he got interrupted.
Yeah, so I was expecting the red mist, didn't get it.
Me too, man. I was wrong about that because you were like, oh, you think he needs the red mist? And I said, oh, he has to. It's guaranteed.
Yeah,
it's got to be. And then nope, didn't do it. So we did get to miss that, which sucked. But
and then Shinsuke, I think, went for the Kinshasa, but didn't land it, and then keep fighting to get their shit under the way, and then eventually fans call for the table, and we get the watered down version again of how we want the table destroyed. We were expecting
someone to go
we need
through
a power bomb, dude.
Yeah,
I wanted a power bomb.
Yeah,
we didn't get that. We got the table set up in the corner.
Because you know what else? That going through the table when it's set up in the corner, that crunch is not as satisfying as when you get power bombed or dropped through the table.
True.
It just sounds kind of shit. It's just like a. Whereas the other thing's like a, and you're just like, oh fuck, it broke that table.
Indeed.
But anyways, yeah. So that's how that went down, and then Cody fucking hits him with the
Cody cutter.
Yeah, the Cody cutter or whatever the fuck it's called, and then that was the wrap. End of the match. And man, after the match though, Cody Rhodes gets on the mic, you know, he starts cutting a promo, saying some things. Pretty good, sports entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, the bulk of it was, or the brief version was that Cody Rhodes was 2023 was a great year for the WWE. It's going to be better. 2024, I know things didn't go well at WrestleMania this year. I didn't get the title.
Yeah.
But things are gonna shape up, fellas.
Things are sure gonna change.
Yeah, we're gonna win the Royal Rumble, and we're gonna get one of those titles, baby.
We're gonna get that title, baby.
Yeah.
And so that was cool to hear and and cheer about. And then after the fact, though,
yes, as people are clearing out and such,
Cody Rhodes goes to the outside of the ring, goes around the entire fucking ring side, and signs everybody's shit, takes pictures, doing all kinds of shit. And so
a good 20 minutes or more.
He not only just did the fucking ringside, he did the entire ramp, both sides.
Yes.
And not only just that, but when you have the ramp and it goes back towards the sides of the arena and there's people there, he did both sides of that as well. So, I mean, he spent, probably at least another 20 minutes just signing everybody's shit and doing their, whatchamacallit, doing their pictures and shit. And we stayed up there because we said, oh, let's just wait and let shit die down before, because the rush to get out, I didn't want to get caught up in that. So we just sat there and waited and ended up staying there the entire fucking time,
watching him
do all this shit. And I was like, man, Cody Rhodes,
what a
stand-up dude. It's real shame he'll never win the world heavyweight. He'll never win a fucking world title.
Hey, dude, I mean,
it's a real shame.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I think I'd like to believe he'll get his due. But I'm like, man, doing all this extra shit to please all these people, and he's not even gonna get the goddamn title.
No, he's not.
We'll see.
It's sad. It's fucking depressing.
We'll see in 2024 if that the narrative changes for that. Because god damn it, dude, if a fella like that is going the extra mile to satisfy, give everybody their money's worth to enjoy this event, and then go the extra mile to sign their shit and take photos and do all this business, man. Well, after the fact, the show had ended
way over. Yeah, the ring crew immediately. Well, the two guys immediately came in
constructing the ring, dude,
and that was kind of cool to watch too. To see that happen, and I'm like, man, this was fucking sweet. Like, this is some good inside baseball right here.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna see him take the ring down, and how they do it was fucking just interesting to me.
Quick as fuck,
quick as shit. Yeah,
they had the ring post down before he had even reached the ramp.
Yeah,
itself.
he didn't even finish the whole ringside section
the
yet.
Walkway,
yeah, and they had already torn down the whole top half of the ring, and they were working on like the side skirts and just tearing the rest of it apart. And I'm like, shit, they'll be done. It'll probably take them an hour total for the whole thing to get it done and taken down. It's set up, I don't know, probably about the same, but that's just fucking impressive, I think. So at the end of it, this house show, I was extremely fucking sports entertained.
Sports entertained at a 10.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean,
I for sure feel like I got my money's worth.
Yeah. 10 matches, pretty much all the stars of the show.
Yeah.
LA Knight to start off with, Cody Rhodes to close. And I have to say, man, okay, so if there was a measure in volume or a measurement in crowd reactions, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk had equal parts.
Oh, yeah.
Equal amounts of
crowd
audience reaction.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That was what I was saying about, like, it was the 3 times the audience stood was for CM Punk. They stood for Cody Rhodes,
Seth Rollins.
They did a little bit. It wasn't as much of an impact. They were with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. It was everybody in the arena.
Yes,
but with fucking Seth Rollins, it was like maybe 80 to 90% of the arena.
And then it was
Jey Uso had pretty much everybody doing that fucking dance and shit. So, or that whatever he was doing, that wave thing.
Yeah, and then I think so. It probably went CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk,
Cody Rhodes on the same
second,
level.
yeah.
Seth Rollins, and then LA Knight. Well, actually, where did LA Knight? Where do you think he ended up? Above Jey Uso or on the level of or just under Seth Rollins?
Probably just under Seth Rollins.
And above Jey
Uso, yeah. So, which again, very interesting. And there were, okay, so then you've now got like that's now something people are saying even when he's not around.
Yeah, that's incorporated to, okay, so when they start going with the hands.
Yeah.
When they start going, when there's exchanges between the 2 wrestlers in the middle of the ring, they're going at the hands. People are, ooh, yeah. I mean, shit, dude. He is now incorporated into the lingo.
It's like on par with a who when they fucking, or a woo when they fucking do the chops.
Yeah.
And it's incorporate with a what? Like, with the what? It's kind of like that now.
Yeah. And
so that's cool to see.
There was one part I forgot. I don't remember which match it happened for. I'm assuming it was the last match with the tables, I think. That somebody said a Botchamania reference.
Oh, yeah.
I am the table.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
it's cool. Somebody said it.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, again, this thing was a great deal of fun. There was every WWE superstar that you would want to see.
That you could have expected to realistically see at a house show.
Every match you would want to see. I mean, dude, they had a last man standing match.
Yeah.
A street fight. A steel cage match. Yeah, they had everything, dude. And it was like,
I'll tell you, Raws and SmackDowns don't have that many good matches on them, I feel like. For sure. And this was, this was a house show.
And again, I can't stress enough how beautiful it is that they weren't wasting time. That as soon as these motherfuckers cleared the ring, they had next group right away.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. It was real quick. It was real snappy, and I mean, again, I think they have that shit down to a science. It's down to a fucking just a program now.
True. So now I guess we can kind of wrap this up and talk about our future plans. I think we've already said it before, but the next thing we were trying to do, which is probably, well, I think we have the Royal Rumble coming in the next coming weeks.
Couple weeks, yeah.
And maybe since we've made 2 episodes already, that we'll probably hold off on doing like a wrestling podcast for a minute
until because these
like
two
maybe
are
just
gonna,
before.
Yeah,
maybe
well,
just before.
These two are going to come out in the same week. These are going to come out next week. This at the same time. This the last one that we just did, and then this one. So because we did 2 in a week, which hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, we are probably gonna not do it since you're getting 2 in the same week. You're probably not going to get another one until maybe the week before the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
and then obviously the Royal Rumble will be its own kind of thing, I guess.
True.
So.
Shit. Maybe we'll do a revised version of our top people we think are going to end up in the top 5 of the Royal Rumble itself.
Oh yeah. As we're getting, like, we should do that the day before or whatever, like just or the night before or the week before or whatever.
And then, I mean, shit, if we can get it going, if you guys are interested, which I mean, it's all really up to you, but I mean, shit, we're going to do this thing on Discord if you want to join, and maybe we'll do it the day of if you want to join the Discord and, you know, live react to the pay-per-view itself.
Right, because we're going to be live commentating on the pay-per-view basically.
Right.
And, you know, seeing how that goes. And yeah, if we can get some people involved that want to, you know,
like talk afterwards.
Shit, yeah, we can talk afterwards about how it went, about what happened at the event. I mean, there's plenty of fucking shit we could do. This is going to be a multi-hour fucking event, which will be fun.
So for the pay-per-view itself, with the Royal Rumble, man, I mean, there's so many heads in the roster now with CM Punk back and Randy Orton back.
Man.
Now it feels like even the people who are going to be in the top 10, I can't know.
Tell you who's going to win. I have no idea where they're going to go because there's so many fucking options.
Yeah.
And they're talking about next week there's supposed to be this new person, this new former champion that's coming back.
Right, allegedly. It's a rumor, so we don't know.
We don't know who it is.
But it's presumably to set up their appearance at the
Royal Rumble. Yeah.
So, I mean, shit, again, we can do a revised version of who we think are going to be, I guess. Dude, I swear to God, I feel like Rob Van Dam is due for a return.
Man, me too. I would think that would be cool as shit. He's number 1 on my surprise entrant fucking list of who I would want to see.
Because he's like just the right person. Because he's kind of like a high-flying acrobat type of guy. And, you know, he doesn't need to rely on the gimmick of some item or...
Yeah, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, he's just a really strong in-ring performer by himself. So, and for him just to give it all in one match, especially the Royal Rumble, I mean, there you go. That's my number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1 for return guest appearances in the Royal Rumble. So,
yeah,
you got anything else to add?
No, I don't. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we got to hit another 3 more minutes, so let's just keep talking about whatever. So the future. Well, what?
Oh yeah.
Well, we didn't even hit the fucking promo. We fucking totally forgot to do that. But with Paul Heyman. But you know what? We can save that for another episode because this carried. I didn't know this was going to carry an hour and fucking 15 minutes.
Yeah. So what we're planning to do. So there was a promo that Paul Heyman ended up cutting before Survivor Series, I believe, with the Alliance, and of course, it was to degrade Vince McMahon as the culprit of not only destroying Paul Heyman's ECW, but also everything else, as Eric Bischoff ended up being bought out by Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And he's just very disgruntled and gives like a pipe bomb level moment about just digging up old dirt and all these things he had on his mind. And I thought it was worthy of bringing up to say, I don't know. It's just a good promo. And like, I think we could just dissect it. And
we should do that. We're going to do that on another episode for sure. But anyways, before we go, I do want to say there's one thing that I did want to say about our experience here. And just like we did with the movies podcast with the fucking theater etiquette, okay? Professional wrestling show fucking etiquette, okay? Now, during the show, it's acceptable to yell and scream and be loud and obnoxious and be an asshole, right? That's totally fine. But there was this fucking lady in front of us, in the row in front of us, that would not fucking get off her phone. And this chick was so fucking oblivious to everything. And listen, I'm Snoopy, so I fucking was looking at what she was doing. Yeah. And, okay, her phone on full fucking brightness. Full fucking goddamn brightness. Near the whole fucking show. Yeah. And granted, they showed up late, too, and they bailed out of there the second fucking the last match was over. True. But she's literally on her phone the entire fucking time on full brightness, and I keep seeing her shit. Her photo reel is just all selfies of herself, and I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, that is terrible. Give your fucking balls a tug. And quit fucking being a self-centered prick.
For 2.5 hours, you couldn't stop.
You couldn't just put the fucking phone down.
Yeah.
And then the worst part was to be so oblivious to that, but then also to be oblivious of the fact that you can't turn the flash off on your fucking camera. So whenever you're taking your bullshit pictures, it's lighting up the entire thing. We're in the dark. That's like how it is, right?
True.
And it's distracting. It's like being in the movie theater when you have your cell phone on. We're in the back in the dark and we're watching the match. All the lights are turned down in the house so that all the lights on the ring can focus on the action, right? That's what's going on. And so it's just like, shut the fuck up and just put your fucking phone down. You can pull it out to take pictures, or if you got to take something real quick, but that's fine. If you got to send a text, put that shit on the lowest brightness setting there is. That's what I did.
Or don't come, dude.
Or don't even. She was not interested at all.
She was not interested. I'm sure she thought it was stupid and all that stuff. But I mean, obviously, when you have a significant other, you don't want them to feel left out or whatever the fuck reason. But if you're not going to be engaged, dude, then fuck, just don't come.
If you're not going to fake it, then just don't fucking bother.
Don't bother.
Because you're going to ruin the time for the rest of us.
Be like a parent, dude. Like, give somewhat of a fuck. Like, your kid wants to enjoy it. Like,
just pretend you're interested.
Yeah, pretend you're interested.
Fuck, it's not that hard. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So that's looks like it's gonna be the end. From wraps it up. We made it to the fucking thing. So don't be an asshole. Go fucking do all the shit and stay tuned for the upcoming episodes, especially the one where we're gonna do the Royal Rumble review at the Royal Rumble live cast. Well, more info will follow, and we'll see you on the next one.
I am the table.
That was another wonderful, amazing, powerful episode of the Game Rage Wrasslin podcast. And take it from me, ladies and gentlemen, the natural lad, Jet Swag. If there's one podcast, one show you should be listening to, that you should be absolutely grateful for, it's the Game Rage Wrasslin podcast. And one of the things you can do to show your appreciation for all the hard work and dedication that these boys put out day in, day out, just for you people, it's that you can go and you can subscribe and you can like and follow them on the Instagram and the TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. You can also follow them and like them and subscribe to them on the old Twitter, which I don't know what it's called now, but who cares? It's at Game Rage Mag there. Additionally, if you feel the need to really show your appreciation, which you should, then go to their website at www.GameRageMagazine.com and show us some love. Show them some love. And show some love for the natural lad, Jet Swag.